Alright guys, I got a huge piece of news that I just heard from my friend who is a leaker at Lucasfilm, and basically we're going to see a major Snoke retcon coming up very soon on The Mandalorian. So as a lot of us know, if you've watched previous episodes of The Mandalorian, it is hinted that Snoke is actually still alive. Or we know that he's a clone. We know from episode 9 he was in the cloning chamber. But basically what's going to happen is Jon Favreau, George Lucas, and Taika Waititi of Thor Ragnarok, he did some work on The Mandalorian, are actually coming up with a new episode idea right now that's supposed to premiere in season 3, where basically Snoke is going to be revealed to have actually been a Kamino guard. Like, he's a guard on Kamino who turned out to be Force sensitive, and basically what happens is, through a mixture of the DNA of Baby Yoda or Grogu, Palpatine, as well as Anakin Skywalker, his limbs from episode 3, when he got cut up by Obi-Wan, they're going to basically combine all of those things to make the abomination that is Snoke. And basically, as it turns out, Snoke didn't actually die in episode 8. What we're going to learn is his true identity is going to be a mixture of all these different characters, and he was cloned to make basically this very strong Snoke that we see in the sequel trilogy. But what's going to happen is, due to changes within the continuity, we're going to see Snoke come back in a major way during The Mandalorian. We're going to find out more about Snoke. We're going to learn basically his backstory. We're going to learn why he is the way he is. And what we're also going to learn is that the Palpatine from episode 9 isn't as he appears. He's not the real Palpatine. So Palpatine actually did die at the end of episode 6. Kind of. But what happened was, his mind is going to be transferred, and through the harnessing of the Force, we're going to have Snoke actually combine the DNA of both Palpatine and Anakin to create a new Palpatine, which is what we end up seeing in episode 9. But what's going to happen is, with the retcons that are coming up with Kevin Feige's redo of the trilogy, is that Snoke is going to become not only the main character, but Palpatine is going to be back. And of course, Kathleen Kennedy is furious about all this. She liked the way the trilogy turned out. She actually wants to cancel The Mandalorian and cancel all future Star Wars projects and focus more on the sequel trilogy and beyond. She wants to make a sequel, further episode 10, episode 11, episode 12. But as we now know, due to what Bob Iger decided, is that George Lucas is now going to be in charge of those films. And of course, Kevin Feige is going to make his own cut of 7, 8, and 9. So basically, Kathleen Kennedy is furious about all this. She's not happy with the direction they're taking Snoke, because she was kind of like for Rian Johnson and for the SJW agenda, which we all know is a serious problem within Star Wars. So what we're going to see is, we're going to see Snoke come back in a big way, and actually in a way that might be positive. Ben Solo and Snoke, the rumor is in episode 10, what George Lucas is playing around with is that Kylo Ren didn't actually die. He's going to become a gray Jedi, and he is going to basically, it's going to be a Freaky Friday type situation where he's going to merge with Snoke. I guess maybe not Freaky Friday, more like a Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of thing, where we're going to see Kylo Ren take over the body of Snoke. He's going to be alive, and then him and Rey are going to become lovers, basically, and they're going to make the next generation of Skywalkers, which, interestingly enough, is going to be Mara Jade. They're going to bring back a lot of continuity from Legends and from other places. But Snoke is going to harness, or Kylo, it's kind of confusing, is going to harness the power of the Force and actually use the limbs of Anakin Skywalker from episode 3 and harness the Force energy, and basically is going to revive back into looking like Adam Driver. It's going to be kind of like a major retcon, kind of a workaround that'll both pay off Snoke, pay off what that happened, and they're going to bring in a lot more Star Wars Legends material, because as you may know, Star Wars Legends really got the shaft because of Kathleen Kennedy and her agenda. But George Lucas liked what he saw in the Legends, so he's going to try to bring back a lot of those elements that fans like. And cloning and all. The cloning is going to be, we know clones are possible in Star Wars, and we're also going to learn that Baby Yoda is a clone, and this is all going to happen through the television shows and the movies. As we know from a previous leak, we're going to have 4 movies and 4 TV shows a year starting in 2022, which is actually, so one of those is going to be The Mandalorian. I've heard rumblings of multiple seasons of the Obi-Wan show, and also I've heard rumblings of perhaps an Old Republic show, which will kind of reveal more about the past of Star Wars, but it'll tie into Star Wars' ultimate future. So it's really fascinating stuff happening with Star Wars. And I've heard they're in talks with J.J. Abrams to come back for the sequel trilogy. He's going to finally be able to make the trilogy he always wanted. So that's what we know so far. We know Taika Waititi, J.J. Abrams, Steven Spielberg is actually interestingly going to be involved too. So it's interesting to see Kathleen Kennedy's out. Obviously, she's been blacklisted from Hollywood. So that was Omega Star Wars News. Thanking you guys once again for watching. May the Force be with you forever and always.